answer lies in the heart of battle.
King of Iron Fist Tournament.
Mugen TV versus Corner.
Welcome to the stage of history retold.
Hey guys, it's MugenLord here, and I'm back again with another video, and today I want to talk about King of Fighters 15, or just King of Fighters in general. But before we begin, make sure you hit that subscribe or follow button to follow more of my fighting game content. So let us dive right into it. So what about King of Fighters 15? Now this video is a little bit unusual coming from me, because it's rare that I make videos like this, but when I do, I think, I'm willing to humble myself, and that's about King of Fighters as a series in general. Now, if you've seen my past archives, stream videos, or if you've been on any of my streams, we have been having a lot of discussions about King of Fighters as a franchise altogether. And I've always talked about how much I'm a Capcom fan, or I grew up as a Capcom kid versus an SNK kid. And I always enjoyed Capcom games such as Street Fighter and many other titles. And I always ragged on King of Fighters. If you see my videos, I go through the explanation, but I won't go through it in here. So, besides the point, now that King of Fighters 15 has been revealing multiple different character trailers, I gave you my opinion about it before that I wasn't really too impressed. It hasn't really shattered my expectations at all. And as I said before, that it looks kind of dated now that we're moving into the new generations, which is the PS5 and the Xbox Series X. And whatever future titles is going to come out in the fighting game genre, these will pretty much outclass King of Fighters as far as in the looks department, as far as King of Fighters 15 is concerned. I've always been saying that King of Fighters 15 has pretty much decided and waited too late to release a King of Fighters game this late in this generation. And I must say that I'm still going to hold firm to my beliefs when it comes to that. But overall, as far as what they're showing us so far with the game, I'm starting to warm up to it. And I want to admit that, as far as I'm concerned when it comes to that. I want to admit that, hey, I was wrong. Or, hey, that King of Fighters 15 may not be as bad as I thought it may be after I've been seeing a couple of these characters revealed. The character that really got me looking forward to King of Fighters 15 more than anything is Kyo, Kusanagi, and of course, my girl Yuri. I must say that Kyo, I've always used Kyo ever since I ever played a King of Fighters game, and I haven't really played much of them, but when I did, Kyo was the character that I played. And then King of Fighters 14, he was one of my team members on that game, and of course King of Fighters 13, can't forget that as well. And mainly in Mugen, I used to use Infinite Kyo. He was also another team member of mine that was part of my Mugen team. So Kyo has always been an official mainstay when I picked a KOF character. Now Yuri, I must say that each of these trailers that's pretty much been coming out for King of Fighters 15, I've been impressed with some of the animations and how they pretty much changed the look of some of the character designs. And I must say that Yuri, out of all the characters that they revealed so far, she is very, very expressive. They've really put a lot of expression in this character, and I must say that she's super adorable. She's super cute, and I can't wait to try her out. They put a lot of expression, a lot of emphasis on her moveset, even down to her facial expressions, and I just think she's so adorable. So I'm looking forward to see what other characters that they'll add this much detail and expression moving forward with King of Fighters 15. But I must say that they've done a really, really good job. And of course, Andy Bogart, can't forget about Andy Bogart. He was one of the characters that I also used in King of Fighters 13 and somewhat in King of Fighters 14. Now, as far as his design is concerned, I must say that SNK is getting a handle of how to do these 3D models now, and I must admit that. And I must say that Andy Bogart, out of all the characters from King of Fighters 14, I thought he was the worst looking character as far as character design is concerned, moving over into the whole 3D environment for the King of Fighters series. And Andy Bogart is such a major upgrade. He looks so much better in his design. And of course, out of both the brothers, I guess you could say that Andy Bogart is advertised as the handsome brother, so he looks way more handsome than he did in King of Fighters 14, which I thought that's pretty dope. And then they put more emphasis and physics in the hair as well. I just noticed that the hair and the clothing physics is pretty dope. So the attention to detail, I must just give my hats off to SNK. And back to Yuri, I also wanted to mention, she's very expressive. That I've noticed that she's more expressive than most of the Street Fighter V characters, I must admit as well. And then of course, what really strikes my interest is Chizuru. Chizuru, I'd never seen her before because, like I said, I'm really new to the King of Fighters series, and I love her design. She's very elegant, have grace to her, and she has that mother bird type of, I guess you say, vibe to her when it comes to Iori and Kyo. It looks like she's the type that's always breaking these two up, because I never knew that these three were actually a team Sacred Treasure, because I knew nothing about the King of Fighters lore. So seeing Iori and Kyo together looked kind of odd, but also struck my interest of why are these two together. And then when Chizuru was announced, these three are a team, and from what I learned, that these three characters are very important and essential to the King of Fighters lore, and it also may indicate that a returning villain may return to the King of Fighters game. So I'm really looking forward to see how that plays out. And as far as the lore is concerned, I think it's the lore that's really got my interest right about now, because I've been doing a little bit of research on the King of Fighters lore, and now it kind of got me interested in the characters now, and I'm starting to have somewhat of a connection with the characters and understanding where these characters are coming from, compared to just, I guess, supposed to just looking at their design and just writing it off. So I do want to admit that King of Fighters 15 is really shaping up and to be maybe a really good game that may actually have me playing it for a very long time. So I'm definitely want to dive right into that. And not only that, what also sealed the deal is the fact is that King of Fighters 15 will in fact have rollback netcode, and I think that's essential to any fighting game right now. And developers are starting to realize, especially Japanese developers, when it comes to these fighting games, they're starting to realize that rollback netcode is definitely important to the fighting game community in order to keep these games alive, these communities alive, because King of Fighters 13 online wasn't really that great. 14 damn sure wasn't that great. So that pretty much kills off a lot of the online community, and I feel sorry for Samurai Showdown, because I have Samurai Showdown and I really love that game as well. It's another good SNK title that I enjoy, and couldn't really play it, couldn't play it at all, and it's hard to find any players to play online because of how bad the netcode is. And to hear that King of Fighters 15 from the start they was implementing rollback netcode, so they definitely have my attention now. I can see myself actually playing this, and hopefully we can start seeing some tournaments, and these tournaments last much longer. Of course, since now we're still in this pandemic, there's not enough offline places for people to gather in the FGC to be able to play these games. So all we have is the online right about now. So a lot of these developers are starting to realize how important the necessity behind rollback netcode. So have King of Fighters 15 has shattered my expectations? No, not just yet, but I think it's getting close from what I'm seeing so far with a lot of these character reveals, and also with the rollback netcode. So I'm looking forward to see what other gameplay mechanics, some of the story mode, and what other features they may have cooking behind the scene. But now I must say that SNK, you definitely have my attention with King of Fighters 15. And what does this mean for the other King of Fighters games? I'm still standing firm. As far as the old King of Fighters games, I'm still can't get into those. You cannot convince me to go back to those at all. And you already know my reason why. You can check out my other videos and everything, and even check out my streamed archive videos where I talked about SNK with the King of Fighters game and everything. But that pretty much wraps up this video. If you enjoyed this video, definitely want to hear your thoughts. What do you think about King of Fighters 15? And what do you think about the most recent reveal of Andy Bogard and, of course, Yuri herself? I know this week you'll probably be getting another character reveal, so I'm looking forward to see what character they're going to reveal. And everybody's waiting for Terry Bogard to appear in this game. Now, there's some people speculating that Terry Bogard may not even be in King of Fighters 15, so that may even shatter people's expectations as well. We don't even know, but I'm just saying, definitely let me hear your thoughts. Is this the KOF game that you've been waiting for? And what do you think about them implementing a rollback netcode? So leave your thoughts in the comment section below. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And if you're a follower on the Odyssey platform, make sure you hit that follow button for more King of Fighters and fighting game content. This is MugenLord signing off. See you game fiends later. Peace out.